Welcome back to my basement where my neighbor is playing very loud music, so if you hear any bass thumps or anything, that'll be him. We're going to move on to a new topic today. We're going on to polynomials, and the first thing we're going to do in it is we're going to collect terms from polynomials like this. Just 2 steps for this, and quite a short worksheet today. The first step is to distribute, and you only really need to distribute in these ones when there's a negative on the second bracket. Alright? When there's a positive, there's really no need. And then you collect the like terms. So the numbers go with the numbers, the x's, or in this case v, or x's go with the x, and then the x squares and the x3, etc. so on. So you've got to make sure that you're only putting together things that have the same power. So for example, this could be collected with this, because they both have the power of 4. Let me do question 1 and 2, and then you guys just do question 3, 4, 5, 6. The first question is one of these ones where it's got the negative in front, so I am going to distribute across this. It's going to look like this. The 5v minus 6, there's nothing in front of that, so that's just going to stay the same. We just don't really need that bracket parentheses anymore. If it helps you, feel free to put the number 1 in front of here, and it's like we're distributing across all of these guys. Or you can just think of it, if there's only a negative in front, you're basically just changing every sign to the opposite of what it was. So instead of 7v3, it's negative 7v3. Instead of positive 3v, it's negative 3v. And instead of negative 5, it's positive 5. Alright? That's the same effect as multiplying negative 1 on all of these. Alright? It changes the signs. And now we're on the second step. The second step is to collect like terms. So scour through, look for the things that are the same. 5v, I can see that that matches up with a negative 3v. Make sure you circle any signs that comes before the number. Okay, that belongs to this. Likewise, I can see I have 2 numbers by themselves, and they'll go together. And then I've just got this guy left over. So let me do my final answer here. I'll start with this because it's the highest power. It doesn't really matter what you start with though, but that's usually the best way to do things. Negative 7v3. Remember that negative is attached to it. It belongs to this, so it stays that way. Let me do the 5v, take away 3v is 2v. Remember that? So 5 take away 3 is positive 2, so I'll put a plus 2 in there. And finally, negative 6 plus 5 is negative 1. And that is my final answer. I can't go any further. These don't add together, because look, that's a power of 3, that's a power of 1. Okay, so just leave it like that. Let's go on to question 2. This one, I don't really have to distribute, do I? Look, it's just a positive. There's nothing in front of here, so this is going to stay the same. And then since this is a positive, everything's going to stay the same. If I put a 1 in front of this and multiplied it out, nothing would change. So I'm basically just going to write plus 2x minus 7x3 plus 7x4. Alright? And now we do the same second step. Collect your like terms. So let me look through here. I'm seeing a 4x4 and I'm seeing a 7x4 over here. Make sure you get that plus in. Apart from that, I'm seeing these 2 guys. I'm seeing negative 6x and positive 2x. So I'm going to put those together. Let's finish it off. 4x4 plus 7x4. Well, 4 plus 7 is 11x4. Alright, so I've done that one. Now, I'll just stick this one in. Minus 7 x, 3. You could put it at the end if you want, but I want my powers to be going down. Do that if you can. And then negative 6x plus 2x. Negative 6 plus 2 is negative 4. And I just stick my x on the end. Okay? And that's my final answer for question 2. All I want you to do is try question 3, 4, 5, 6. Our attendance word today, your favorite word. Oh, you spell it different in America, don't you? You don't use the U. Your favorite word. I want you to write your favorite word for the attendance word. So it could be sheep, it could be lemon, I don't mind. Alright? Thanks, class.